What's the buzz? This is Beetle, and welcome back to TGIF. In this episode, I am going for some quests that would be very easily parts of a military operation. So, let's get right on into it and show you exactly what I mean. Alrighty, so this one is going to be a little bit confusing, so bear with me. So, in the last episode, I showed you, me placing a rubber duck at, Retail Row and Believer Beach in reverse order. Well, this is between those. This is to place a rubber duck in Retail Row, or Pleasant Park, rather. So, it's the standard drop so far. Just basically, land on the roof, grab some weapons and go. But, eventually once I get to my, stuff, I, place the duck, in what could very easily be a decoy mission. And, we'll move on to the part in Retail Row. Or at least that's what past me set it up in order with. Like, in chronological order, this should have been second, but it's actually last. And honestly speaking, you and I both are going to be questioning my past self's sanity and eyesight at this point. Because, honestly speaking, I actually had the chance to put the duck in Retail Row. And it was a very high chance too, considering I actually saw post editing where it was supposed to be put. You saw that in the last episode, but in this episode, I'm going to show you just how annoyed I can get at completely missing such an obvious target. If I could pause it and show you guys, I would. But I'm gonna make a arrow overlay, an arrow sticker pointing right to where that little duck is. So yeah, this is just I am just getting riled up thinking about it because that was just so stupid. How easy that was to see after the fact. But at the very least, I did get it done afterwards, and could move on to the next thing. So, this episode is going to introduce to you guys something that'll be really interesting, really important to take note of later. And those of you that have actually played Chapter 2 Season 7 will already have some idea of what's to come. But this thing that's coming up here in a little bit is directly tied to the skin I use for my intro and outro of this season. Like, the ones that I used for Foot Soldier and Sky Gambit, that was what I had before this season. After I get through with all of this, the skin that I used to introduce and close out a video is going to be one version of my main skin. Alongside this one, which I affectionately call Agent Beetle, as this one harkens back to my time in Chapter 2, Season 5, well, Chapter 2, Season 2, which I just showed off parts of with the Sky Gambit and Foot Soldier. As you can see, I am really distracted right now. I have my notes, and I am really looking them over and really writing down notes. So, you're going to be seeing a lot of this throughout this whole thing. I eventually stop doing so, in a little bit, because, at the time I was, just a bit behind on actually getting videos out on the practice DVD, so I was more focused on recording than I was on getting the notes. So, and there are some challenges that you will not see, even though this isn't really supposed to be a challenge series. It's really more on the line of just general Fortnite gameplay that started out as a challenge series on the practice DVD. On here, though, I'm just focused on actually putting it on YouTube and getting it off of my system so that I can do more work in both recording and in updating Fortnite for myself and Jester to play through. So I'm doing a double project because while yes, I am keeping the Galactic Swarm Squad series on my system, because it's important for the lore of the Questopia SMP. This particular one does not have that, so right here, the arrow was pointing to it just a second ago, and probably will start pointing at it again, because I'm probably going to be going back into that court and seeing that little hologram again. And in that case, I think there is more than one place that you can place the ducks. But, I ended up placing it in that one place, in the last episode. So, yeah, that's that situation. The reason that I did not put this in the last episode was due to the fact that the clip just before it was 15 solid minutes long. Like, I trimmed it down after the fact, and it was 11 minutes and 56 seconds, but there was no way in the world that a 9-minute and 49-second clip was going to be making it onto the last episode. There was no way. So that's why this is here, and those two in the last episode are where they are. So now that you know that, there shouldn't be any question as to why this looks so weird, and why it looked like the challenge was complete in the last episode, when in reality it's not. It wasn't. And like I said before, this is well, you don't need me to tell you that it's outdated. It is 2 seasons, literally 2 seasons out of date right now. Like, Chapter 2 Season 7 came just before the final chapter, season of Chapter 2. Alrighty. Now we are getting into some top secret, government level, missions here. This is, part of the reason why I said that these could easily pass for military operations. And, for the most part, this entire season was full of them. Like, it was the IO versus the aliens in this season. They were bringing their A-game. So there I managed to get the challenge to travel some distance by flying. Gliding, rather. But my big mission here is to interact with a dead drop in these very woods. And I must say, it was pretty clever of them to use the model that they used for the dead drop. I mean, you'll see it here in a little bit. It's actually really, really, really smart. But I don't want to. Well, you guys probably have already seen the dead drop. Because they brought it back for Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Season 1, as part of the IO card collecting challenge. Jester didn't really show off that challenge. I'm not entirely sure what his thing was. I think he was just trying to, focus more on the, score war, than on the season, and then on showing quests during Chapter 3. But I must say, even in that field, he is, doing disappointingly. Like, he, even with that focus, he's not really doing anything. Like, if he were really focusing on it, as he has told me that he was, then, he would have gotten more videos out. But then again, we have, stated before that we're also waiting on, Vaxi and Mirage. At this point, I have pretty much given up on them and went on with the production of Galactic Swarm Squad. But Jester has yet to do that. He has yet to realize that it's going to take a while for them to actually get started with it. So, when he does finally get on with it, you'll be starting to see episodes of the Fortnite score war. So, it's coming to the end of the clip, and still there is no dead drop in sight until this big blue glowing stump catches my eye. And it just so happens to be the dead drop in question. Alrighty guys, this is where you're going to be looking for that special little important object in the future. And given that I haven't really mentioned any challenges that are like that, I think you guys might be starting to catch on to what I'm talking about, right? I mean, I'm not being that cagey about it, right? I mean, come on. What else could I be talking about? You'll see what it is here in a little bit. Anyway, I'm looking through the list of challenges, which are now called quests, and I take a little boat into the aftermath, and it's in this place specifically where that item is going to show up. So watch closely. This right here is it. And for those of you who predicted that this was exactly what I was talking about, congratulations. You know me all too well. Or I've just simply told you in person, or just I don't know. I don't know how well I could rationale it. It's an alien artifact. So basically, that goes to the Chimera skin, and it's the very first time that you go after stuff like that. Unlike with the gear specialist Maya, who had only one style and it was permanent what choice you did, this time Chimera is so flexible that you can do all the heads, all the armor, all the emblems, all the glows, and pretty much you could just doll them up however you wanted. And I, of course, chose the one that most closely represented my Minecraft skin. So, basically, that happens to be an alien with green skin, red armor, blue glow, little pokey out bits on the head, a mandible because Zeta Beetle, why not? Then I kinda did a glowing marking type deal to kind of do the helmet that I have on in Pocket Edition, and of course you guys have never seen that, so the only thing you'll really have to judge by is if I ever figure out a way to get a channeling trident, a charged creeper, and have it to blow up a skeleton, because that would net me a skeleton skull, which would be a decorative set piece on my armor. And you might be wondering if I'll ever mention or reference the outfit that I was wearing in Foot Soldier and Sky Gambit. The answer to your question is yes. I have every plan to reference that outfit, because it's been my main outfit in Chapter 2 Season 2. Why not, right? The only reason that I am not wearing it this season is because I kind of make it synonymous with every season that I have gone through so far, and all the weapon experience I have gotten since then. So, suffice it to say, right now, the weapon wraps are out of date. So, the main reason why I am using the main reason why I am using this outfit specifically is because it shows off my achievements as of Chapter 2, Season 2, and my kills in that season were nothing to scoff at. You didn't see a majority of them, but let me be blunt. I got over 100 kills with an assault rifle, and that has earned it the mythic color. So I use the I believe it's the Agent Peely wrap. I forget exactly, and now we come to my first ever fight against Dr. Sloan. And this was also the easiest fight. It don't take much, friend. It don't take much for this to be the easiest fight that I have ever waged against Dr. Sloan. Because later in the season, and every single time past, you can guarantee that Dr. Sloan was a nightmare to deal with. But as for that time specifically, that was at the beginning of the season, around the 17th of June last year. So that was when things were just getting started, and it was before Dr. Sloan gained her newest ability that could shred your shield like paper. I mean, no joke. That is the description of it. But I'm getting off track. Let's go on ahead and move on with the next part of the round. So I got the chests in Corny Complex, and I traveled the distance by vehicle and showed off the alien artifact that would become super important for later. But for right now, all I'm focused on is gameplay. I usually wait until I do the whole round from beginning to end in order to save a clip. And that type of record in this series is actually pretty good, because the record that I am showing off in Chapter 2, Season 5, aka Galactic Swarm Squad, is saving the clip every time I freshly do a challenge. Which actually, for the sake of that series, is a pretty good idea. Because, unlike this series, the Galactic Swarm Squad actually retains its status as a contest series. This one here is strictly gameplay from here on YouTube. Well, actually, it started out as a strictly gameplay series on YouTube. What I meant to say was, on the practice DVD, it's a contest series. On here, it's a general gameplay series. And you all know why. I already mentioned it in the last episode. And we're down to the very last clip of the episode. And that just so happens to be the challenge to talk to Rook. Yep. It's a simple interact challenge again. That's pretty cute, ain't it? So, honestly speaking, this is simply interrogation and a loyalty check, as Rook puts it. And to be honest, Dr. Sloan had every right to be paranoid, because she did in fact have a mole in her operation. But the mole didn't happen to be Rook. Those of you who actually played Chapter 2, Season 7, would know that the mole actually happened to be Maven. And I will show off that particular challenge in way later in the season, way later in the series. But suffice it to say, until then, you're just going to be left with the with this little cliffhanger. And that seems to just about do it for this episode. Join me next week when I use medkits, make headshot eliminations, thank the bus driver, and step on a body scanner. There are a few more in there, but I didn't really list them all because I didn't have the room, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Until then, adios amigos.